Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new model from a company called Mafam, and this particular watch is called MX5. So without further ado, let's unbox it and let's see what comes from AliExpress from official Mafam store for $38 with the free shipping. So sure enough, you'll get the watch itself. The watch comes with a black silicone strap like that. So for $38 you'll get another strap which you can choose a color from, so I've chosen an orange. I've also been sent a cream color silicone strap, a leather strap with a silicone underliner, screen protector, magnetic charger, and a manual that comes in many different languages including Chinese, English, Russian, French, Italian and other languages. So first thing first is a couple of figures about this watch. So the watch comes with a screen which is 1.3 inches across with a resolution of 240 by 240. The CPU inside of this watch is HS6621. The watch comes with a battery which is 230 milliamp battery, and the life of the battery from one charge really depends on how hard you're going to use this watch. So because it's got a microphone and a speaker, if you're going to be making phone calls, listening to the music, you're going to be turning your always on screen option and all those things, expect the battery lasts for about a day. However, if you're going to be using it moderately, so for instance you're just going to be listening to a little bit of music, maybe scrolling through a few messages and making just 1 or 2 phone calls a day, the battery should last between about 2 to 3 days. And then if you use it as a fitness tracker, then the watch will last you for a good 5 to 7 working days. So it really depends on your, how heavily you're going to use the watch. So, but it's a good battery after all. The watch also has 2 Bluetooth modules which can be activated by simply pressing this little icon there where it shows the Bluetooth. So you've got 2 Bluetooth modules. One is Bluetooth 5.0 and the other one is 3.0. Bluetooth 5.0 is used to connect the watch to your phone, and Bluetooth 3.0 is used to make phone calls and allowing you to listen to the music from your phone. The watch comes with a quick release strap mechanism, so you can interchange the straps, and if you're not happy with the massive amount of straps that will be shipped with this watch, you can always find yourself a strap. All you have to do is just look for a strap which is 22mm wide. The watch comes with an IP rating 68, meaning even though there is a speaker cutout and a microphone cutout and all those things, you can still take this watch into a shower, you can still take it into a swimming pool, and they should be absolutely fine, no worries there. And the watch comes with a flash memory of 128 megabytes, meaning that the animation is super lightning fast. Very, very nice indeed. So what I would like to do is straight away I'd like to show you and actually demonstrate how the microphone sounds in this watch, so you can make a decision whether this is something for you. So what we'll do now is we'll just listen to the microphone and then we're going to come back and I'm going to talk about the watch further on.
So guys, you have a quick sample, a quick example of how your voice is going to sound like when you're going to talk to someone through the Mafam MX5. And the watch is about 20 centimeters away from my face. I'm talking in a calm manner, in a semi-quiet environment. The first thing I'd like to mention is that whilst you're having a conversation, whilst you're in a phone call, the screen's going to stay on. And you've got the little speaker icon on the right side, which if you press, you can then control the sound of the speaker. So therefore, you can choose between how you're going to hear your person you're talking to, whether it's going to be loud or quieter.
Right, so now that you've heard how the microphone sounds, a personal opinion, I think it sounds really, really good for the price as well. So the watch build quality, first of all, is very nice. The watch is all made out of metal. You've got a hardened glass screen, so it shouldn't scratch, but like I said, you've got the little screen protector so you can always slap it on. You've got 2 physical buttons. The bottom button allows you to activate your sport mode. So for instance, if you're just about to do some sport activities, you just press one button, you choose the sport activities of your choice and off you go. Very easy. Very, very nicely done there. I like when there is a separate button for sport modes, and the top button allows you to turn the watch on and off, or allows you to return from sub menu to your main menu. On the left side, just above the center, there's a speaker grill, and on the right side of the watch there's a small cutout for your microphone. The rear of the watch is all plastic, but it's a very hard, good quality plastic. This is your magnetic platform for your magnetic charger, and these are your sensors, which we will come across later on. So a quick skype through the menus. So if we scroll from top to bottom, that usually gives you a quick access. Like I said, all of the Bluetooth modules can be activated simply by pressing that icon. No need to go into sub-menus or activating something in your phone. You just literally just turn it on and off you go. You got your always on display. However, it's an always on display that works for 15 minutes. But it's long enough for majority of people. You've got your do not disturb mode. You can turn your watch off if you wanted to, and you can jump into settings straight from here. Then if you scroll from bottom to top, that gives you access to your text messages. Long text messages will be shortened, so you won't be able to read them. However, shorter messages, you can just read them just fine, and there are loads of social medias that will be coming through onto the watch, so I wouldn't worry about your social media not being displayed here. Then if you scroll from right to left, that usually gives you access to quick information about how many steps you've done, how many calories you burned. You can see the weather updates. The weather updates itself throughout the day several times. However, you can only see the weather for a day, so no ability to see the weather for the week or 2 days in advance, for instance. Then if we scroll further, this is your music control, very simplistic, so play and pause, skip tracks, and you can manipulate the volume level as well. If you've got earbuds connected at the same time, the watch will become a remote controller just to control the music. However, if you don't have your earbuds connected to your phone at the time you're going to be listening to the music, the music's going to start playing from the speaker grill just there. And also, if you think that there's not enough volume on your watch, you can always control the volume on your phone, and that will increase the sound on the speaker of the watch as well. And then finally, you can add some additional little apps. So for instance, like heart rate measurements and blood pressure and oxygen and breathing exercise and all those things into the same menu if need be. But however, if you scroll from left to right, that gives you access to your main menu. One of those first points would be the heart rate sensor, so we'll turn it on. I will tell you in advance that the heart rate sensor does not work. It doesn't start measuring if the watch is not on the wrist. So for instance, if it's in the air, it won't start reading the measurements. It takes 10 to 15 seconds to start reading the measurements. Like I said, it took about 10 seconds, and now we've got the reading. And if you wanted to, you can always put the option for heart rate sensor to work 24 hours a day, non-stop, like every single day, and that would take even more accurate readings. You've got your blood pressure, you've got your breathing exercise, you've got your blood oxygen levels and pressure, and you've got some data. You've got your sport modes. So for instance, you've got things like running, walking, football, badminton, tennis, basketball, cycling, elliptical, you got your just walking, yoga, strengthening exercise like heavy lifting, stuff like that. You got your tracking, and you got your free training, just in case if you haven't found your favorite sport, you can always just use free training and be fine. News are your text messages, music control, you got your weather, you got your sleep report, which shows you, how well you slept last night. You got your remote photo sort of picture taking capabilities, so therefore if there is no one around to help you out, you can always use your watch to take remote selfies. You've got your phone. You have to be connected via the Bluetooth. I can't do that right now because otherwise my voice will be recorded via the microphone of the watch, but you can upload your frequently used contacts up here. You can dial your phone number in case if you remember it from top of your head, you can just use your dialer. And also you can see the call recordings, and you've got your SOS. You can assign a phone number for the emergency dial up as well. And yes, it's a very frequently asked question. There is a calculator available within the watch, and also there is a stopwatch and there is a timer. However, to use those two options, you have to stay on the screen, so there is no multitasking. You can't just put the stopwatch, for instance, to run, or timer to run and exit and then come back later on. If you jump into the settings, this is where you can adjust the brightness of the screen. I use it on the maximum brightness, seems to be the most comfortable. You can turn on and off the option for the screen to come on whenever you turn the wrist, a fairly useful feature. You can replace the dials, like the watch faces, but we're going to come back to that later on. I'm actually going to show you all the watch faces available within the app later on. The off time is just an option for how long your screen is going to stay on. The tops is 30 seconds, but I find it always that 15 to 10 seconds is usually the most comfortable because it saves the battery, but it also allows you to use your watch very comfortably. And you've got your health reminders, things like, for instance, to drink water, to stand up and take a few steps. If you've been sitting for too long, you can do it from here. You've got constant lighting, which is an always on display, and you've got a few languages to choose from within the watch itself. You can change it from here. So very common languages like Spanish, French, Portuguese, Dutch. You got Polish, Italian, Russian, Turkish, Netherlands, Vietnamese, I guess, and yeah, so there are several languages to choose from. You can also set up things like, for instance, you can put your watch into silent mode, or you can just put it into vibration mode from here as well if you wanted to. And finally, the last option would be is to set up a password. So for those of you who don't want other people to use your watch, or for instance, if you're worried about that, you can lose the watch, you can always set up a password, and no one will be able to get into the watch unless they know your password. So that's about it for the menu. So what we'll do now is we'll jump into the Wear Fit Pro app. We'll take a look at the Wear Fit Pro, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to summarize today's video for you guys. Right guys, let's take a look at the Wear Fit Pro app. On the first page, as you can see, we can see all the information about sleep tracking, heart rate, sensor tracking, and blood pressure, and all those things. On the second page, if you jump into the fitness exercises and all those things, the one thing really sort of struck me is right down the bottom. This is where you can see it says all courses, and that's basically like the option to actually use a very decent personal fitness trainer. You can actually follow the little exercises and get fit and all those good things. They are absolutely free for you to use. That's a very good and positive thing. On the third page, we can see that the watch is connected. If we jump into the dials, this is like one of those bits where it's okay, but there's a little bit of negativity there, simply because some of the dials are paid for. You can either pay for a dial and just pay 99 cents for one watch face. However, there are plenty of free watch faces available within the app as well. Because I've just downloaded the free watch faces, and the library is constantly being updated. So you rest assured you will be finding a watch face of your preference, and you don't have to pay for it whatsoever. You can either pay per watch face if you feel like you have to have it. Otherwise, what you can do is, if you just go back and if you click on that little thing there, you can actually sign for a subscription. So you can sign for a month for $299, and you can download as many watch faces as you wish. For a season, which I'm sure is about, God knows what season is, and for an entire year, that would cost you $27 to use this app fully. So not just for watch faces, but other options that will be available within the app. You can also customize your own watch face right down the bottom, so you can use that to upload your own picture of your preference. Within the options, you can do things like you can turn on and off your weather, you can set your alarms, you can take picture with your watch. Notifications, those are the social medias that will be transferring information onto the watch. You can find the watch if you've lost it. You can add your favorite contacts to the watch, so it's easier for you to make phone calls. And if you just jump into the other settings, those are the things that you can manipulate as well. And like I said, within the watch itself, you can change the different languages and all those things. So the app itself is decent. Really enjoyed the sports activity personal training thing. So if you click on all the courses here, you can see all of these exercises that are available within the app, and they are absolutely free for you to use. It's usually you have to pay a lot of money for it. So make sure you take advantage of all that. So that's very cool. Bloody hell, that's like, that's endless, isn't it? So yeah, loads to choose from. So the app itself is good. It's like I said, there's just a small bitterness with the paid watch faces. Otherwise, it's really good. Right, so now that you had a chance to basically get accustomed to everything that this watch does, for $38, my personal opinion, I think this watch does it really well. things that I really enjoyed were the screen. The screen looks really good. I really and thoroughly enjoyed that the Bluetooth modules are connected and turned on via just one click. No need, like I said, no need to go to any sub menus, no need to connect anything within your watch and within your phone and things like that. Very simple, very straightforward, for using. Nice microphones, nice speaker. Easy way to control the music. It's just an easy watch to live with. So for those of you who usually find it really difficult or confusing, how to use the watch and all those things, this would be an ideal. And for what this watch does, the battery life is pretty good as well, because majority of watches, we've reviewed in the past, especially those that claim to be like Apple clones, they die very quickly because the battery just doesn't last long enough because the Bluetooth modules are outdated. But these watches got a fairly up-to-date Bluetooth modules, allowing it actually to work for longer from one charge. So my personal opinion, if you're in the market for a watch with a phone like ringing capabilities, if you want to ring people through your watch, this is a very good watch to pick up. And although they do cost $38 US, you actually in the right time to purchase this watch. I will leave a link down below. Make sure to visit it. And because AliExpress has a summer sale on at the minute, so including all the coupons you can get from the store, from Mafam store, and if you follow the link and all those things, you can get this watch a lot cheaper. And you don't have to buy the full pack. You can just buy the watch with one strap, and that will make it even cheaper. So yeah, a very good buy, a very surprising sort of find. And yeah, by all means, just follow the link and buy yourself a decent watch. I hope this video has been helpful, guys. If I have missed anything, or you're still hesitating, you still got any questions, don't hesitate. Comment down below and I'll do my best to answer your questions as soon as I possibly can. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for subscribing and supporting this community. Really means a lot to me. Thank you very much, guys. Stay tuned for more videos like that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.